Hello, physio practice owners. If you want to know how to get new patients for less than $10, in fact, as low as $6.04, this is the episode for you. Hello, and welcome to today's episode. By the way, happy 2025. It's halfway through January. I hope you are already on track for your goals, for your practice. So today, January being the theme that we showcase all the possible things and all the case studies, I wanted to show you today how a Victorian practice got new patients for as low as $6.04. It's a very powerful way. All right. One of the key things when you're trying to grow a practice to the next level is finding out ways to really make sure that your marketing is working powerfully enough that you have an engine that's generating new patients pretty much on tap. All right. So let's have a look at it. So this one is, as you can see on my screen, if you're watching us on video today, is you can see on Google Ads for the last month for this particular client that's obviously blacked out, is the cost per new patient is $6.04. All right. Now, this includes phone calls to the practice from their Google profile, from their website, and all the landing pages that they have, the online bookings that's happened through Google Ads as well, right? Through Clinical or Nucal or whatever booking platform that is appropriate for this particular practice. It's Clinical, and then contact us forms coming in as well. We find that those three are typically the most common ways that a practice will get new patients. All right. So for this particular practice, they got new patients for as low as $6.04. Now you might be asking yourself and wondering to yourself, that's very, very low, right? And yes, it is. And what I'm about to show you today is a framework in how you can do the same thing for your physio practice. We're going to be breaking it down into very, very simple ways to make sure you understand it, and hopefully you can go away by the end of this session and really put these things into your practice. So let's get started. Well, before I do anything, I want to show you this little graphic, right? And it's why Google Ads really matter. Now, if you can see on the top there, right, you can see the top 3%. So this is basically a pyramid of all the people in your local area, right? Not just the people who are looking for physio practices or massage therapy or whatever services you're offering. This is a map of all the people that are in your catchment, so to speak, all right? And what their intentions are when it comes to purchasing and becoming a patient of yours or being a patient of yours. You can see the top 3% are in the buy now mode, all right? Which means they're searching for things like physio near me, physio knee pain, lower back pain, physio, all that kind of thing. They're looking for a solution right now. And that is 3% of the market, right? The next 6 to 7% of the market, they're open to it. They're not really looking to buy now, but they're open to buying. For example, they could be saying how to relieve back pain, all right? They're open to it. All right. And the rest of it is, you can see the bottom 30%, well, underneath that is 30% not thinking about it, right? And underneath that, 30% don't think they're interested. And the bottom 30, no, they're not interested, right? So for Google Ads, why it's so important is if you really think about it, Google is a platform where people type in, right? So it's search queries and it shows intention. If you when a patient types in something like physio near me, they're looking for a solution. That's a buy now. All right. So the reason why Google Ads matter so much is because you're looking at the tip of this pyramid here. It's very, very important that you are still present on Google Ads to help these people who are looking for solutions where the intent is high to get them over to your website, right? And obviously then go through the process to get them becoming a new patient. This is why it's very, very important, right? Now, how do you do really well on your Google Ads, all right? The first thing is understanding a concept called ad rank, all right? Now, as you can see here, Google rewards high quality ads with lower cost per click. In other words, you can beat your competitors by having a lower cost per click if you serve up higher quality ads. Because if you really think about it, Google's entire market, all right, their entire aim when it comes to showing ads is they want the people to keep coming back to Google as a place to find a solution. And the only way Google can do that effectively long term is to make sure every time somebody types in a query that Google serves up a really great experience. All right. That signals to the, if Google serves up a really great experience, that is a good sign that that person who's putting the search query will return back into Google. All right. So Google rewards you for higher quality experiences and ads with lower cost per click. Now, how this works is instead of just cost per click, Google uses a term called ad rank. Now, the formula for ad rank is ad rank equals to cost per click multiplied by the quality score of the ad, right? Now, that's scored out of 10, all right? So when you have a high quality score, all right, you can actually beat your competitors who have a lower quality score with a lower cost per click. Let me give an example as to what this exactly means. So there's a table here. So you can see, these are some random examples. So this is just say, these are 3 people who are advertising. This is what they're bidding, the cost per click. And this is the quality score of that ad. So when you have a look at it, the way you calculate the ad rank is you multiply these two together. For example, in the first one where the bid is 50, the quality score is 9. So obviously 50 times by 9, the ad rank becomes 450, right? You can see in the second example there, it's 75 times by a quality score of 5. So bid is $75 and a quality score of 5. The ad rank becomes 375, right? And just from those 2 examples, you can see advertiser B is bidding at $75, which is much more than advertiser A, who's bidding 50, right? But because advertiser B has a quality score of 5 and advertiser A has a quality score of 9, advertiser A, who's bidding less because of their high quality score, has a better ad rank, which means advertiser A will show up before advertiser B and they spend much, much less. So, and this is a very, very important way, it's a big way to minimize the cost per click. And that, if you really think about it, that's what you're paying for, right? You're paying for a click in Google. If you can really minimize that, you're going to have an effect on the overall cost that you'll spend in terms of getting a new patient. So the question is, how do we improve the quality score? Well, let's have a look at it. All right. So there's 3 main things when it comes to improving a quality score. This is the only thing you need to focus on when it comes to Google Ads, improving the quality score of the ads, right? What you're looking for is a minimum 7 out of 10, right? Obviously 8, 9, and 10 are exceptional, but minimum 7 out of 10 is what you're really looking for. So the 3 factors that influence quality score are click-through rate, or CTR. Click-through rate is percentage of users who actually click on the ad compared to the times it was shown, right? Which is called an impression. So let's just say somebody types in Physio near me and you appeared 10 times, right? So your ad was impressioned 10 times, but 2 of those 10 click through. So your click-through rate is 2 divided by 10, which is 20%, right? You want to have a higher click-through rate. And I'll show you exactly how to really make sure that you have a higher click-through rate, right? Because you obviously want a lot of traffic coming into your practice, which gives an opportunity for you to get them into your practice and becoming a new patient. Okay. The second part of it is ad relevance. How closely is your ad match the search query? So in other words, if you put up an ad, if somebody types in knee pain and something for elbow pain comes up, that is not a relevant ad. That's not a good experience. Google will penalize you for that. So you need to make sure that whatever people are typing into Google is consistent with what you're showing on Google. Okay. So the next one is landing page experience. This is, let's just say somebody sees the ad, clicks on the ad, goes to the landing page. It needs to be relevant to what the search query is. All right. So this is where a lot of physio practices get this wrong. Quite simply, let's just say somebody types in knee pain, or let's just say physio for knee pain, all right? You want to send that person into a page which is dedicated to knee pain in your page, in your website, all right? That is ad relevance. Don't send them just to your homepage, send them to the knee pain page, because that is very, very relevant. That scores really well as well, because these are the three biggest things. Now, the biggest thing, all right, the only job of a Google ad, literally the only job of a Google ad is to get the click. That's it. That's his only job. All right. That's his only job, because then the website has to do the rest to try and get them into becoming a patient. All right. So how do you get that click? How do you make sure that you improve your click-through rate, which is that first factor? Well, the biggest thing is you got to serve up. It's the ad copy. It's the ad copy that is the biggest factor in getting people to click through. In other words, the writing in the ad. And what's really required here is, in the actual ad copy, you need to create curiosity and intrigue, right? You need to heighten those two things up so they actually they're really curious to find out what it's all about. They click on it, all right? It should include some clear offers and benefits as well. And really, you got to keep the language very simple and clear. One of the biggest things that physio practices get wrong is, because obviously all the physios have gone through university, they're high educated people generally, right? But the patients may not be. So often having high level, university level, or even high school level language that are maybe even technical, you don't want to have them on those ads, because that makes it less relatable and less easy and less compelling, and creates less desire to click on something. You got to keep the language very, very simple and clear. Okay. But I'm going to share with you some ad copy formulas that really, really work. Right. So just in case, in our agency, we have a whole process. We have a dedicated team towards creating ad copy. But what I want to do in this particular episode is give you some formulas that you can take away. You can plug in things and create ad copy out of it. So let's have a look at them. There's several of them. The first one is addressing patient pain points. And the formula is literally struggling with whatever condition, ? Find relief that works for you. This is the formula. So this is how it'll work in a real life example. Struggling with back pain. So if they type in back pain therapy near me, all right, you need to make sure they include back pain in there, all right? Struggling with back pain, find relief that works for you, all right? That's one example. Second example is what we call leveraging experience, all right? So the formula for that is, the variable is service designed for benefit, all right? I'll give you another example of that. So this one here is knee pain therapy designed to help you stay active. All right, so knee pain therapy is what's been inserted there, along with what they're looking to get, the benefit, help you stay active, right? And you can see all these little the variables that you're inserting, you can change them around to suit your particular area, all right? That's leveraging experience. Third one is highlighting a transformation, right? From before state to after state. So here's an example. From stiff shoulders to improve mobility, book an appointment. All right. So typically people are looking for a particular result or a goal coming to physio, right? You need to make sure that that's the benefit and what's the before state that they were in. Next one. All right. So those are formulas. Have a look at them and really try and put them into the Google ads as well. All right. Because when you do that, you make it really, really relevant and sparks that curiosity as well. Right. So keep ads relevant to searches. Now, this is another big thing that physio practices get wrong. You need to be able to remember, going back to the quality score, so CTR, ad relevance, and landing page experience. We need to create ads that are very specific to the search query that goes on Google. You don't want to serve up knee pain ads if somebody types in, ankle pain. You don't want to do that because it's going to mess everything up. It's going to create less relevance and less click-through rate, etc. So you need to create ad groups for main or major patient themes. Now, what I mean by themes is, if you have a look at, and let's just say physiotherapy, lower back tends to be the biggest one. So you need to have a particular ad group for lower back, particular ad group for migraines, particular ad group for rolled ankles, particular ad group for knee replacements, particular ad group for rotator cuff injuries. Break it down into themes as small and as needed, right? And you can even break lower back pain down into lots of other areas if you really want to get granular and specific. But to start off with, at least get specific on the area, right? So physiotherapy, massage therapy, shockwave therapy, a running assessment, basically look at themes and services. And you need to make sure that you align your ad copy, right, and your keywords and your landing pages for each thing. Remember we talked about if somebody types in knee pain, physio, you don't want to send them to an elbow pain site on your website. You want to create a specific page only for knee pain. So whenever that person comes through, they get to see it and they go, okay, cool, I'm at the right place. Let me learn about it. So the more you get them engaged, the better experience you give them, the more likelihood they're going to convert into a patient. Okay. So remember, improve ad relevance and quality score by being really, really specific. But the thing, it doesn't stop there. You need to make sure all ads will go through what we call ad fatigue or market fatigue. All right. So you can't just put on an ad and hope that it'll run forever and give you good results. It doesn't. Because it might be copied by competitors, it's going to lose its effectiveness, language might change, a lot of factors, but basically it'll go through what we call market fatigue. So this is where A/B testing of the ads becomes very, very important. All right, so we have a policy here at our agency, and that really is every ad must have another ad competing with it. All right, so you're testing against. So each month we need to have a look at, out of these two ads for the same, let's just say ad group, which is the better ad, and you're going to need to choose that ad for the next month and create another ad to test the winning ad against. And you need to do this very regularly, at least every quarter, but we recommend every month minimum. Okay. And like I mentioned, so the three things is obviously working on the actual ad itself, the copy, all right, landing pages, changing things around the landing page. So you might have a really high click-through rate ad coming through, but the landing page isn't doing the best, right? So changing things around in a landing page, once again, running an A/B test could be you might use a different header. You might use some different images. You might change the content up a little bit, all right? A/B test that as well. And, there's a thing called heat maps. Hotjar is a really good heat map software. Lucky Orange is a really good heat map software where you can literally have a look at what people are doing on your website. It'll give you a really good indication as to how people are behaving on your website and give you it'll give you clues as to what's working and what's not working and what to change. All right. One of the biggest ROI methods when it comes to Google Ads is retargeting. So you need to bring back visitors who didn't book or didn't convert. So they didn't make a phone call, or they didn't book online, or they didn't submit a contact us form, right? So people who've been to your website, they already know about your website. That's a leading indicator that someone's, at least a little bit interested in what you have to say, in what you are all about. You need to follow up with them, get in front of them, because those people are no longer what we call a cold audience. They know a bit about you. You've got to retarget them. They came there for a reason, right? You need to make sure you appear around the internet for them, trying to get them back onto the website, and then get them, booked into your diary as a patient, right? One of the really great ways to do that is using Google Display Network. All right. So these are the images. Like if you, for example, you might have noticed that, let's just say you search for some shoes, right? Nike shoes or something like that. You went to their website and all of a sudden their ads appear everywhere. That's retargeting. And to do the same thing with physio practices as well, all right? Using the ads around the internet for people who've been to your site, all right? YouTube ads is also a really, really great way to convert them, all right? And show retargeting ads. Obviously, you need video for that. Facebook ads, basically any paid channel, you can For Google especially, it's YouTube ad and Google Display Network, because YouTube is obviously owned by Google. But you can retarget them through Facebook ads, Instagram ads, all that kind of thing as well. All right. Remember, we're going to A/B test all of these ads. It's very, very important that we A/B test them. Okay. So I hope that gives you a good idea as to how to create a really powerful Google Ads system, right? And a way of getting new patients to make it really efficient and as cost effective as possible. That'll minimize, what you'll spend per click, therefore more traffic, more conversions, right? Hopefully that was very, very useful. If it was, there's more episodes like this on our website. Go to our website, physiomarketing.co. There's some great articles there, great videos you can download to really turbocharge your physio practice as well. Other than that, thank you for being here, and we'll talk to you soon.